5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program. Is your host of About Space, David Denault.
Welcome, and thanks for joining me today. Well, the first all-civilian spaceflight crew is now complete. Dubbed Inspiration 4, the mission is designed primarily to raise funds for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, a leading pediatric cancer center. Well, you may remember that we introduced the first member selected, Haley Arsenault, a bone cancer survivor and one-time patient at the hospital, about a month ago. Well, today we're going to hear from the man who bought 4 seats on a Falcon 9 Space X rocket and the crew, next on About Space Today. Are you ready to fly away on a dream vacation? For cruises and all-inclusive resort vacations, call D&D Cruise and Tours at 877-747-8631. That's 877-747-8631. And see us on Facebook, D&D Cruise and Tours, where your dreams become a reality. Welcome back. Jared Isaacson, founder and CEO of the e-commerce firm Shift4 Payments, is forking over an exorbitant sum of money to fellow billionaire Elon Musk. Isaacson, 38, told reporters, "People are going to say it's time everyday people can now go to space."
This year marks the 60th anniversary of the first human spaceflight. And since then, we've had about 555 others have really made that journey. You know, these are legends that are known to all of us, like, Alan Shepard and John Glenn and Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Jim Lovell, Sally Ride, and so many others. And thanks to them and all the heroes that have really supported them, a new era of spaceflight has finally arrived. And they really were just the proud beginning. Last year, Bob and Doug became SpaceX's first NASA astronauts to fly on Dragon, which has really paved the way for Inspiration 4. As the first all-civilian mission to space, we are taking that first step towards fulfilling, the SpaceX vision that the world is a more fundamentally interesting place when everyone can go and journey among the stars. Our goal is to inspire the world in the same way that the heroes of NASA, and now joined by the heroes of really all the SpaceX people around us, inspire all of us. This is why, on behalf of the entire Inspiration 4 crew and the team that's supporting us, I'm proud to dedicate our mission to them, to the tens of thousands of space heroes, known and unknown, who have come before us, and the thousands that are now supporting us today. We owe them all a really immense debt of gratitude. Inspiration 4 will never really forget that we truly stand on the shoulders of giants, and we're deeply grateful.
On the crew will be Dr. Simon Proctor, 51, a geoscience professor at South Mountain Community College in Phoenix, Arizona, and an entrepreneur, and was once a NASA astronaut candidate. She was chosen through an online business contest run by Shift4 Payments. Dr. Proctor.
And thank you to everyone out there that's watching and listening today. It is such an honor to be part of the Inspiration 4 crew and to go on this journey. And as I go on this journey, I just am so thankful and appreciative to be able to share my inspiration and my goal of prosperity through creativity with all of you. Thank you, Jared.
Another member of the crew was selected through a sweepstakes that drew 72,000 applicants and has raised $113 million in St. Jude donations. He is Chris Zembrowski, 41, a Seattle area aerospace industry employee and a U.S. Air Force veteran.
Once I am up there and supporting our crew as a mission specialist, that I am able to experience what it's like to look back down at Earth and see our beautiful blue ball sitting there with no lines, no walls, and realize what incredible opportunities we have if we just continue to show kindness to one another and reach out and be generous with our talents. And I am extremely excited to be part of the Inspiration 4 crew. And Jared, thank you again for this incredible opportunity.
The world has had an opportunity to get to know Haley Arsenault a little bit and her Inspiration 4 story. But for those that aren't familiar, Haley battled through cancer as a child and was treated at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. She's now a physician assistant working at St. Jude, and she's helping other children face the same challenges that she conquered some time ago. Haley represents the mission pillar of hope, and she's also our medical officer. Haley?
Thank you, Jared. It's a pleasure to be here. So since I joined the crew about a month ago, I've had so many opportunities to share my story and to inspire people in ways I never imagined possible. And I've gotten to share my story with kids who are going through the exact same thing that I went through 19 years ago. And I tell them to never lose hope. So thank you, Jared.
All 4 will undergo extensive training modeled after the curriculum NASA astronauts use to prepare for a Space X mission. And an additional note, Isaacman has contributed $1 million of his own money to the St. Jude fundraiser. Inspiration 4 is about more than a billionaire's joyride through space. It will mark a new era in spaceflight. Be sure to have your family and friends listen each Tuesday with me on About Space Today and on Fridays, America in Space with Rick Potluck from our Washington Bureau. And follow us on Facebook at aboutspace.today for all space news updates. And today, our Tuesday shout-out goes to the Netherlands, with its many listeners there. And to all our friends and listeners around the globe and in the U.S., thank you for listening. I'm David Denault, and this has been About Space Today.